Thank you. Thank you for the youth saying kind of what it's all about right there. So thank you to everybody here. Thank you for being here. I was asked by the parents. We wanted somebody to come and speak, and yesterday was very emotional for them. And so they wanted me to come and read on their behalf some of their discussions. So I said I would. So some of the things they talked about was their role and their perspective as parents. What they want to see for their children. The perspective or the idea that came through, there were some themes. There was lots of things said, but there were some themes that I can sum up. There was huge concern about their children's safety. Number one was their safety, their well-being. Not only physical, but their spiritual, psychological, emotional safety. They agreed that they face racism, and that's the biggest issue, damaging their children. Racism that is manifested or that shows itself not only in direct bad comments, but in systemic racism, in expectations that for them to be somebody who they aren't. Lack of recognition for them as Indigenous, as Aboriginal people within the system. That they're expected to be something they're not. And when they are not that expectation, then they're labeled. So we have examples of kids coming in who are labeled special ed and coded and all of this stuff. But the kid is brilliant, smart, outgoing at home, comes into school, and they're run down. That's something that needs to be looked at and changed. It's we talk about family violence, well, there's also systemic violence against our kids. So that's a concern. They see the need for healing in the community to deal with a lot of these impasses, and to come together as a community and heal our relationships, our family relationships, and with one another. They see the need for a lot of parents who are put down. We see a lot of statistics about how terrible parents are. And it's easy to point the finger, but where's the help for those families? We can wash our hands and say it's their fault, but where's the help? Reclaiming culture. They want the elders to be involved in it, and this was explicitly a quote. We want the elders to be involved in our children's life.
I'm sure.
We need the elders to help our kids. Culture camps, ceremony, the dances. They want their kids to learn all those things. Indigenous curriculum, hands-on learning. They all they all nodded their heads like they're like, yeah, somebody said hands-on learning. They all agreed, experiential learning. They want their system to be anti-racist. They want teachers to not be racist against their kids. They want teachers and people working in the schools to hold their kids and have high standards for their kids. They want the community to have high standards for their kids. They want every decision made to start from the best interest of their children. That has to be the number one, and if there's a conflict, it has to go back to that, the best interest of their kid. That's what they said. They invited everybody here who's a parent to sit with them. Because before or anything else, that's a fundamental relationship, is the parent-child, that love. They said at the end of the day, we can build this wonderful, great system, our own, but the parents have to be a part of it. And because they're the ones who are going to decide where to send their kids. They want to meet more. They said they want treaty to support them to meet more. They want to be able to have these conversations. There was just so much to talk about. They went till late. They went way past. And they need to talk more, and they need to get together more. That's what they said. They need to have the space to have these, to talk. And, so they said that. Coping skills. It was, one of the moms said that she wants her kids to have coping skills. She wants them to be able to handle all these barriers that are out there. The racism, the bullying, which, if there's something to be put in curriculum, they want them to have the skills to be able to handle really what faces them as Aboriginal people. And to be given the skills to be able to handle that, and the strength, the fortitude, all those kinds of things. When they come out, if this is about K to 12, they said, if they come out of grade 12, they want them to be independent, confident, good people. They want them to know who they are. That's their vision for their children. They want them to know their culture, their language. They want them to be able to work, be economically successful, and to be, solid human beings when they come out, confident in who they are. So they were very clear about that. I also want to say that there was a lot of emotion in the room, because I sensed, I felt like there was some fear. There was a lot of fear for their children, and I think, from my perspective, just listening and asking the questions and writing things down, that they want to have a say, they want to be heard, and they want to, be able to meet with each other and unite and discuss these issues as things come up on an ongoing basis, and be authentically involved in the system. They want to have a say in how the schools run. They want to have a say in teacher quality standards. They want to have a say in professional competencies for school administrators. They want to be more than fundraisers or supervisors, volunteer supervisors. They want to be authentically engaged. Who is shaping our children? They want to have a say. That's parental involvement for them. So it's that, and also a lot of help for young parents. What can be done to set up something to start that? We hear about the TRC, Truth and Reconciliation Commission. The idea of reconciling between mainstream society, or whatever you call it, Western society, and us as Native people. But for us, the real reconciliation that needs to happen is between the parent and the child, because that's what was broken by policy, deliberately, and it still is being today. And that's what's got to be healed, and we need help to do that. So I think that's the gist of our discussions from yesterday. Yeah, thank you.